What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday over here. I'm a little under the weather, but Bitcoin right now is at about 27.6K. Very important to still be paying attention to Bitcoin right now because it is still trying to get back on top of that $28,000 zone I've been talking about. It's going to be the daily 200, the weekly 200, quite a bit of important resistances at that area. So very important to be paying attention to it right now because what it does could affect the altcoins at a very major way. If it actually reclaims this level, things could be looking a lot better for the altcoins, at least in the short term. But if it actually pulls back, it could drag quite a bit of these altcoins down with it. Now, let's take a look into the main topic for this post, which would be about Solana. Sol token and see what is going on in this market, what has changed since the last time I've talked about it. Let's see some upside and downside price targets for Solana, as well as some key price levels. This coin does need to break in order to go either direction. I'm going to be giving you guys my personal sentiment and opinions on this market later in this video, so make sure to be staying around for that. Of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and speculations. I could very well be wrong. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I an elite trader of any sort, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear market. But I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, if you guys are feeling pumped on this Monday morning, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the charts here. All right, so we do have Solana currently at about $22 down, being affected by that Bitcoin pullback earlier today. It is down almost 5% today. So what could be going on in this market? What has changed since the last time we have talked about this? Okay, so Solana on this weekly time frame, I pointed out that this price action has broken out of a falling wedge pattern. Measure move is going to be about almost $200 area here. Okay, $199, but it's going to be, I'm just going to say $200 area. Now, this coin is going to look a lot like the Bitcoin chart on the weekly time frame. You had a huge falling wedge, broke out. Not much price action, but it is it is slowly moving its way up. Okay, measure move $200 area. That is going to be an estimate only. Okay, because if you guys actually base that off the breakout, you guys can see that it has been moving very slowly. So a lot of what ifs that could happen in between. So something to be taken with a grain of salt. The measure move. It could be higher, lower, and a lot of what ifs in between, right? As you guys can see here, price action broke out, but for the past almost a year here, I mean, it hasn't really done too much. I mean, it's done, from $13 to about, as far up as about, I guess, $33. I mean, I guess that's still quite a bit, right? If you compare it to a lot of other assets. Now, what could be happening here on a shorter time frame? Will this price action continue towards its measured targets? In my opinion, this measured target is still very active because the price action broke out and is still above, clearly above this pattern here, right? So it is still very active. Now, let's come over here to a lower time frame here, okay? Let's see what could be happening on a lower time frame. Let's come to the 3-day time frame here, where this price action did break out of another falling wedge, which is usually a bullish pattern, right? It usually breaks to the upside. Measure move out of the smaller falling wedge would be about $28 area. Now, this coin broke out and went as far up as about $25 area before getting a small pullback, but this breakout is still very active because this price action is still clearly above this pattern, right? That's very easy interpretation. Now on the daily time frame here, what I see is a possible falling wedge, another falling wedge that could be forming, okay, but it's not fully formed yet. because I still need the third wick on this upper trend line here, okay? To validate this falling wedge, okay? I mean, you're gonna have the lines sometimes a little bit breaching either trend lines, but I think it's still close enough to call it a falling wedge here, okay? Not fully formed. Still looking for that third wick to the upper trend line here, right? If we actually get that, then this would be a formed pattern, a valid pattern, but right now it isn't. I'm just making my best guess here based on what is being shown. Now, let's take a look into some key price levels for this price action to break in order to get to the upside, okay? So we have the 3-day 200 SMA that's coming into the picture, right? Coming towards the price action at about $35 right now. You got your weekly moving averages beneath the price action, so that's looking good. Your monthly 21 SMA is going to be about the $37 area, the blue line here. And you're basically above all your daily moving averages, okay? So aside from this, you can also point out key resistances based on past trading history. And it looks like there's going to be some strong resistance here coming from September of last year and November of last year, both to be about that almost $40 area, okay? So that's going to be your another key resistance as well, and you guys can do the same thing as price action if and when the price action continues going up, referring to past trading history, based on whatever time frames you guys are interested in. But you know, I'm taking a look here on the monthly time frame for a cleaner look, and if you guys are getting resistance, if the coin is getting resistance or support on the monthly time frame, then it's usually a pretty strong resistance. It is strong resistance or support. Let's take a look at the daily time frame for some key supports here. We have all the daily moving averages. Your daily 21 about $21 area, daily 200 $21 area, daily 50 SMA about the, well, it's basically from $20 to $21 area. You're going to have all your major moving averages on the daily here. So quite a bit of support from $20 to $21. If you break those, that's not a good sign. Your 3-day moving averages, $21 as well, both of them, 21 and the 50 SMA. Your weekly is going to be about from $20 to $21. Okay, so quite a bit of major support there. You don't want to see that support being broken. So that's basically it for this analysis on Solana. If anything changes, I will be updating you guys on Solana if enough of you guys want to see it. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, letting me know that you guys want to see more updates on Solana. If enough of you guys want to see it, I'll bring you guys an update. Did we take a look into Bitcoin already? Okay, Bitcoin right now, 27.6K-ish. Still running within this rising channel, trying to get back on top of the daily 200 SMA. In my opinion, very critical time right now for Bitcoin, because if this drops, it's going to take quite a bit of the altcoins down with it. Quite a bit of major moving averages that could be acting as supports beneath this bottom trend line here. Okay, so that's something to be paying attention to. However, if you get a straight drop, the measure move will be about 26.1K area, okay? My overall sentiment on this market is still bullish right now because we have been able to stay away from this Bitcoin breakdown. Double top on the weekly time frame, been talking about this. 24.7K is going to be the neckline of this double top pattern. So I am still long on quite a bit of altcoins right now. Definitely paying attention to what's happening in the markets. So that's it for this post. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.